Hey guys, my name is Kevin with Time Knowledge Power, and today's video blog is on how I went up 40 pounds on my max bench press in about 5 weeks. Okay, it was between 4 to 5 weeks. Anyways, the way I did it was a regimen that I got from my coach at the time, and I think they're called like a 5-3-2-1 set or a 3-2-1 set or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. The way it works is that the first 3 sets you do 5 reps. The second 3 sets you do 3 reps. The third 3 sets you do 2 reps. The fourth 3 sets you do 1 rep. And then the first week of you doing it, the fifth 3 sets you will do 5 reps. And then the next week you're doing it, the fifth 3 sets you will do 3 reps. And then the following week, the fifth 3 sets you will do 2 reps. And then the following week, the fifth 3 sets you will do 1 rep. Okay, and the whole goal is to increase your max on whatever it is that you're working out. In my case, it was bench, but I've also done it for squat and increased on there. I don't have any numbers for you, but 40 pounds in a short amount of time, that was about 10 pounds per week on my max, was pretty insane, and I was really surprised, to be honest, because every single week I was adding another 10 pounds on each side. So that was, or I guess that would be 5 pounds on each side, right? So that was actually really exciting. Anyways, what I was eating at the time when I was, or I actually go back into the workout. So in between sets, I was taking, let's say, 4 to 6 minutes of rest. Now they recommend that you take 3 to 5 minutes of rest, but the reason being is because it could take all the way up to 8 minutes for your muscles to fully get back the creatine that you had used during your workout. And so big ass bodybuilders, what they do is they spend hours and hours in the gym every day, and the reason they do is because they take so long in between sets, as well as doing, a ton of sets. So in our case, we are not necessarily bodybuilders, but if you are, great. The longer that you can take in between, the better your max will be when you go and do it again. The whole point is to completely exhaust your muscles. So if you're trying to completely exhaust your muscles, you should make sure that you spend a very long time in between breaks. Anyways, or in between sets. So in my case, it was 4 to 6 minutes. You do what you wish. It does take a lot of time. It took me about an hour and a little bit for every time that I would just do that bench. And then afterwards, I would usually knock out close grip bench was some of the time dips, some of the time chest only, so flies some of the time. Personally, I like doing bench more than any other exercise, so almost every single time I go to the gym, I actually bench. That could only be 3 to 5 sets. But I just like doing it, and the whole point of going to the gym is to enjoy yourself. I mean, get better, of course, but that's why I bench every time I go to the gym. Anyways, what I was eating at the time, I had been eating predominantly vegetables. That was actually 90% of everything I was eating. Oh, including nuts, which are technically not vegetables. So that was a lot of broccoli. That was a lot of lettuce. I don't know if it was during this time, but at one time, which was around this time, I was doing about 2 to 3 heads of romaine lettuce a day. So that'll kind of give you some perspective of how much lettuce I was eating. There wasn't much meat, and I don't attribute my gains actually to my eating habits as much as I do to the actual workout that I was doing. So I continued it for about 4 to 5 weeks, and then I stopped once I had gone from 275 as a max to 315. I do this exercise every so often when I do want to increase my max, or if I'm just feeling really good for the day. And right now, on a really good day, I'm at about 415. On a bad day, I am at about 365. Actually, probably more like 385. So as you can see, it varies pretty wildly, and that's really all mental at that point. What did I start at? So I usually started at a plate, and then I went to a plate in 25, and then a plate in 35, then 2 plates, and then 2 plates and a 10, and then 2 plates in 15, and I went from 5s all the way up from there. Every single set, you need to go up in weight. Every single set. Now there are questions of, well, what if I didn't get the set prior? I have this, not slogan, but like motto. When I go to the gym, I get 2 sets per workout that I don't go up in weight. Now this is different if you're doing like cardio type stuff, but even then, I prefer to go up in weight every single time, and I don't let myself stay at the same weight for any 2 sets in a row, except for twice during that workout. Well, I guess the full model is you get 2 sets during your workout where you don't go up in weight, and this ain't one of them, which every single time I was going up in weight, and I think that actually helps attribute to all of my gains. Anyways, if you're at a plateau, I recommend doing a negative, and a negative is where you take weight higher than you can actually go, let's say 5% more than your actual max, and you try to go down as slowly as you can. And the purpose of it is so that when you're doing it, you will actually get used to holding such great weight with your arms, legs, or whatever it is that you're doing. You want to get used to it, used to holding higher weights, and that's going to help get you past your plateau. It's worked for me a couple times. I'm sure it can work for you, and this whole workout itself will likely work for you just because I'm telling you from my experience. If you have something else better, please write them in the comments. I would be glad to know and actually glad to try it out. But either way, that is about it for how I got up 40 pounds in about 4 to 5 weeks on my max bench press, and I hope to see you next time.